China has now admitted something that India has suspected for a long time. During the India-Pakistan conflict last year, Pakistan was not standing alone. Chinese-made jets were there, Chinese missiles were there, and now, according to reports citing Chinese state media, Chinese technical teams were also on the ground, helping Pakistan operate and support those systems. So the real question is not only did China help Pakistan, the real question is much bigger. Was the 2025 India-Pakistan conflict also a testing ground for Chinese weapons against India? And if yes, what does that mean for the next war? Let's break it down. I'm Imran, a Middle East-based analyst, and today we are looking at China's reported role during Operation Sindoor, Pakistan's growing dependence on Chinese weapons, and why India may now see every future Pakistan crisis as a two-front warning. First, let's understand what has been reported. During the May 2025 India-Pakistan conflict, Pakistan used Chinese-made weapons, including the J-10CE fighter jet and PL-15 air-to-air missiles. At that time, many analysts already said this was a major moment, because for the first time, Chinese air combat systems were being tested in a real South Asian conflict against India. Pakistan claimed Chinese platforms performed very well. India did not confirm many of Pakistan's claims, and the information war on both sides made it difficult to verify every detail independently. But now, the story has become even more serious. Reports citing Chinese state media say Chinese engineers were present in Pakistan and provided on-site technical support during the conflict. That matters, because there is a big difference between selling weapons and supporting them during a live crisis. Selling weapons is normal defense trade, but providing technical support during an active conflict shows a much deeper level of military partnership. It means Pakistan was not just using Chinese equipment. It may have been operating inside a wider Chinese support ecosystem: engineers, maintenance, software, radar support, missile integration, aircraft performance monitoring, battlefield feedback, and possibly real-time lessons for Chinese defense companies. Now, to be clear, this does not mean Chinese soldiers were fighting Indian forces. It does not mean China officially entered the war. But it does mean the line between supplier and strategic partner is becoming thinner, and that is what should concern India. Because in a future India-Pakistan conflict, India may not only be facing Pakistani pilots or Pakistani commanders, it may also be facing Chinese technology, Chinese data, and Chinese advisors. Chinese weapons testing and Chinese strategic learning. This changes the battlefield. Now let's talk about the J-10CE. The J-10CE is the export version of China's advanced J-10C fighter jet. Pakistan is the only known foreign operator of this model. It is equipped with modern radar and can use advanced Chinese missiles like the PL-15. The PL-15 is especially important because it is a beyond visual range missile. That means it can engage targets at long distances before pilots even see each other directly. In modern air warfare, this matters a lot. The fight is no longer only about who has the better pilot. It is about radar, missile range, electronic warfare, data links, air defense coordination, and who survives. So when Pakistan used Chinese aircraft and missiles during the conflict, China got something extremely valuable: real-world combat data. No military exercise can fully replace real war conditions. In exercises, everything is controlled, but in war, systems face pressure. Radar faces interference, pilots face fear, missiles face real countermeasures. Communication systems are tested under stress. And for China, the 2025 conflict may have been a rare chance to observe how its systems perform against a major military power like India. This is why the issue is much bigger than Pakistan. China may have gained lessons about Indian air defense, Indian radar behavior, Indian response patterns, and the performance of various global systems used by India. That learning is priceless. That kind of battlefield learning is priceless. Now look at this from India's perspective. India already faces pressure from China on the Himalayan border. India already worries about Chinese naval activity in the Indian Ocean and influence in the region. And now India sees Chinese military systems being used by Pakistan in a direct confrontation. So for India, this is not just a Pakistan problem anymore. It becomes a China-Pakistan combined challenge, not necessarily a formal two-front war, but a two-front strategic pressure, Pakistan in the west, China in the north, and Chinese technology strengthens Pakistan's military hand. That is the real strategic concern. Now, some people will say, but countries sell weapons all the time. India buys from Russia, France, Israel, and the US. Pakistan buys from China and Turkey. So what is new? The answer is simple. Weapons sales are normal. But if engineers and technical teams are supporting systems during a live conflict, then the partnership becomes operationally deeper. It is not just a transaction. It becomes battlefield collaboration. And that is why this report is so important. It suggests that China was not simply watching from far away. China may have been learning directly from the battlefield. Now let's also understand Pakistan's side. For decades, Pakistan depended heavily on American aircraft like the F-16. But as relations became complicated, Pakistan moved closer to China. China became Pakistan's most reliable defense partner. The JF-17, then the J-10CE, advanced missiles, drones, and air defense. Pakistan's modernization is now deeply tied to China. And that gives Pakistan confidence. If Pakistan believes Chinese weapons worked well in the next crisis, it may feel more confident responding. That confidence can be dangerous. Overconfidence creates escalation. Pakistan may think we can challenge India in the air. India may think we must neutralize this Chinese-backed capability quickly. And that is where a future crisis could become more intense. Now let's look at China's calculation. Why would China want Pakistan to perform well? Because Pakistan helps keep India strategically busy. If India is focused on Pakistan, it has less freedom to focus on China. This does not mean China wants a full-scale India-Pakistan war. A major war would threaten Chinese investments like CPEC, but China does benefit from Pakistan remaining militarily relevant. So Beijing's goal may not be war. Beijing's goal may be balance. Keep Pakistan strong enough to challenge India. Keep India cautious and learn from every crisis. This is why Operation Sindoor may have been important for China's defense industry too. If Chinese systems performed well, Beijing can market them globally. Our jets are combat tested. They worked. That is powerful marketing. And for India, that creates another problem. Because every conflict may now become a showroom for Chinese weapons. In the arms market, perception sells. Now, what should India do? India's first priority will be intelligence. India will want to know exactly how deep Chinese support went. Were they maintaining, advising, or collecting data? Second, India will likely speed up air defense modernization, because if Pakistan has long-range Chinese missiles, India needs better detection, jamming, and countermeasures. Third, India will focus more on electronic warfare. Modern air combat is signal versus signal, radar versus jamming, data link versus disruption, missile seeker versus countermeasure. Fourth, India may rethink future escalation. If Pakistan is backed by Chinese systems, India must account for that from the beginning. Every crisis becomes more complicated. Now here is the key point. This does not mean India should panic. India has a large military experience and advanced systems from multiple global partners. India has domestic programs and strong partnerships with France, the US, Israel, and Russia. But India cannot ignore what this report signals. A serious shift is happening. The China-Pakistan military relationship is moving toward battlefield integration. That is a serious shift. Now, the most dangerous outcome would be miscalculation. India, Pakistan, and China all have calculations. But in war, they can fail. An advisor may help a weapon system, and the other side sees it as involvement. That is how gray zones become dangerous. South Asia is full of gray zones, cross-border strikes, proxy groups, drone warfare, and now foreign technical support. All of this makes future crises harder to control. So what is the conclusion? China's reported admission does not prove they directly fought India, but it does show Pakistan's military is increasingly connected to China's defense ecosystem. And that matters deeply. The next conflict may be India versus Pakistan backed by Chinese systems, weapons, and strategic learning. That is the real story. For Pakistan, China is the partner. For China, Pakistan is the pressure point. And for India, every future conflict must be viewed through the China lens. The battlefield is changing. The India-Pakistan rivalry is becoming technologically connected to the India-China rivalry. And that makes every future crisis more dangerous, complex, and harder to control. Let's keep watching this closely. Because the most important battlefield is where data is collected, where alliances are hardened, and where the next war is quietly being prepared. If you found this breakdown useful, subscribe to Imran Breaks It Down, like this video, and share it, because here we don't just follow headlines, we break them down.